मैं सच में बताती हूँ, मेरे रैप्स को पोस्टर्स बनाने नहीं आते.
I don't think DevSoc at this point needs a lot of advertisement.
Let them work without having the incentive.
तो मिस होती रहती है मतलब मज़ा तो इधर ही आता है.
I welcome all the secys to the Secy Showdown 2023 by IITD OnAir. We are here to have a sneak peek into your tenure and answer some interesting and juicy questions about your club, about the events you've organized, and about you specifically. So let's just start with a round of introduction by all the secys, starting with you.
So my name is Nishant Shaiman. I am the Fine Arts and Crafts Club Secretary.
Cool. Hi everyone. I'm Rahul Ranveer Shah. I'm the Debating Club Secretary.
Hi everyone, my name is Prasad Bhosle and I am the Dance Club Secretary.
Hi everyone, I am Gautam Jha. I am the Quizzing Club Secretary.
Hi everyone, I am Parth. I am the Literary Club Secretary.
Hello, this is Rishika and I'm Music Club Secretary.
Hello, I am Asmita and I'm the Photography and Films Club Secretary.
Hello, मैं यश हूँ, हिंदी समिति सेक्रेटरी.
Hello, I am Priyanshu. I am Dramatics Club Secretary.
Hello, I am Nissan, Design Club Secretary.
Cool. Okay, so let's just start with it. The first question is for FAC. Right. So you guys were not able to go to externals for any kind of competitions, right? Can you put some light on the topic and why that happened in your tenure?
Yeah, so for externals, I believe the internal team should be prepared well enough to be able to compete in the externals. So I guess due to the 2 years that were spent in the online, so the team, I guess, wasn't capable enough. So the year we have tried and trained the team. So next year, matlab, इसी साल से you would see at the end of my tenure, we would be going to externals.
Okay, so you'll be going to the externals at the end of your tenure. Yeah. All right. Cool. Next question is for DevSoc.
The rush you get in the 7 minutes and 15 seconds of your speech.
Since no one got any rush after seeing your RDV video, is it true? Is it true that by mistake the unedited version was uploaded and it could not be taken down later on?
Yeah, I mean, look, it was. If you're talking about the video itself, look, I'd honestly say, I don't pride myself on being good at videos. That's not what I signed up for as debating secretary. I think my responsibilities are different. But to be honest, I think it was a lot, like, because the RDV team itself had to manage quite a few different secretaries, their videos, things like that. Could I have been dressed better? Sure.
So next question is for dance. Why were the flagship events Duo and IDP cancelled in your tenure?
It is quite difficult to have IDP in a skewed semester. IDP's basic, even Duo, the basic reason for both of them being cancelled is the freshers onboarding late. The reason of Duo is to showcase to the freshers that yes, we can conduct events on a big scale. And because they onboarded late, the event went on going ahead and it came on to a time where it wasn't possible to have that event actually.
You're fine, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So,
I hope I'll be fine after your question, but yeah, let's go.
So, next question is for QC. Why is QC still behind in the female participation thing, even though that was the most campaign point in your SOP?
Yeah, matlab, I campaigned for so it was one of the prominent points, and I don't think that's the case. Matlab, we have decent female quizzers. I don't think that's the case. In terms of participation, also we have decent participation. So I just think that's not factually correct. Also, I feel that so sometimes it also has to be how much you have tried. So sometimes it can be just the demographic of the batch is such that people don't resonate with QC or something like that. So I feel from the trying POV, we have tried a lot. In terms of we held events us side of the campus कि वहाँ पर ज़्यादा accessible हो. We held a quiz specifically in Himadri कि वो accessible हो. So I just feel we lend our hand. So more than that, if उतना resonate नहीं किया, which firstly I don't believe with, but also अगर नहीं किया तो मतलब we tried what we could have. But also in terms of externals जो जाते हैं, there are मतलब many active female quizzers in QC like Afreen, Anushka, बहुत लोग हैं. So that is.
So the next question is for Lit. How was your experience of hosting Ashneer Grover?
मतलब Yeah, it was a very good experience. There were more than 3,000 people in the crowd, and Ashneer was even more witty than we usually see him. So it was a very good experience. Banda काफी ज़्यादा smart है banda. So it was great interacting with him. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot, and especially जो मेरे साथ था उसकी उसने बहुत ली, तो मेरे को मज़ा आया.
So the next question for music. What is your best memory of this year's annual trip of the music club?
Oh no. Actually, what we tried to do is after Inter IT, we planned that we would go to Pondicherry and we would have a small trip there. And that part of the plan was open to all. Like everyone knew कि they could join us directly to Pondicherry, even if they were not part of the IIT Delhi contingent. But like things happen, right? So there was a slight accident, and I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it in public that much. But even after that accident, we made sure that nothing went wrong. It was a traumatic incident, so I'm not sure.
So my next question is to PFC. Can you shed some light on the reasons behind the prolonged delay in announcing the results of PFC competitions?
So the first inter-hostel was conducted in a rush because of the Independence Day. Then the next inter-hostel was conducted very well. But the thing is, मैं सच में बताती हूँ, मेरे reps को posters बनाने नहीं आते. So that is the true thing. मेरे reps poster नहीं बना रहे. That is why वो results post नहीं हो रहे हैं. And the second time. So that is why we have declared the results to the reps and the cultus as well. Like the people who must know the results know them, but yeah, Instagram we will post them soon. Like we have to.
My next question is Hindi Samiti. Do you think there's a power grip battle between the elected secretary and the appointed panel? If so, is there a way we could decentralize this power? Appointed panel and elected secretary.
No, I don't think there's a power difference or power battle, anything like that between panel and secretary.
Next question going to drama. You mentioned in your SOP that you will bring theatre groups and professional directors of street plays and stage plays to take guest workshops at the institute level. Where are these directors?
Yeah, so I would like to say that for Inter IIT, we did that, right? So we did that. We could not, we connected with Alchemy Theatre. So one of our seniors came there to take the workshops for Inter IIT. And even time of, I remember for regarding near about Independence Day. So he came and then we contacted. I was trying to put that for street play as well. But after Inter IIT, I got too much busy in RT, which everyone knows. So the thing is ki I could not push them hard to. I was trying, but they couldn't respond. Because actually what happened is our RDV clashed with the National Theatre Festival. So all the theatre societies were already booked there. Obviously they have to look for themselves as well. So I couldn't approach them too much to push them hard for street plays as well. So that was fine.
Next question to design. Where is the promised Design League, Discord server and Design Fest?
The Discord server is already there. The Design League and the scope that we organized in August are the same thing. But we wanted to organize another one for freshers, but due to time clash and all, we were not able to do so.
A filler question for Asmita. Right. See, your reps have complained that you have not given a party yet. And all other secys have had given a party in their club. Even Rahul has given a party. See? So when are you planning to? So when are you planning to give the party to your reps?
I think we are planning a party next week. Yeah, next week.
After 10 years.
Who do you think is the cutest Secy in this team?
The cutest Secy, I think, is Priyanshu.
Next question is again for DevSoc. Since you have withdrawn a lot of courses and there are rumors that your degree might get extended, is it true that you are going for DevSec again?
Full support.
I mean, hey, look, I think if rumors are spreading that I have to go for Secy again, that reflects more on what the candidates are doing. But I think secondly, यार इतने भी withdraw नहीं किए हैं. I'll just have to slug it out in my last 2 semesters. But yes, here's to hoping my degree is not extended. And if I am still here after a couple of years, then you know the answer to the question.
Next question for dance club. Does video and ensemble come under dance club? If so, why do they act so independently?
Yes, they do come under dance club. There are societies. The reason for the independence is, again, freedom. They need their freedom to practice their art. We can't always have a check on what they do and what they do not. They still come under the club for all management and admin related things, but again, it is their choice where they want to go and how they want to perform. And we feel that it is best for them to focus on their art rather than focusing on these management things.
Next question is for QC. Do you think QC should have design executives? The answer, which public wants to know after seeing your Instagram posts and your hoodie design.
Yeah. I feel the club is active enough that even if we put out a bad poster, people will come to attend the events. So I've always had the back of my reps. I don't believe they're in the first place to design good posters.
Coming to lit, the reading circles your SOP proudly mentions could not be seen in your tenure. Where are they?
So, it's not entirely true that reading circles could not be seen, right? The idea with reading circles was that we'll open up the library and then we'll have people visit and then we'll have a circle where people communicate with each other. So, we tried, since library का functioning में काफ़ी delay हो गया था, admin related, we had to reopening में थोड़ी late हो गया था. But what we did actually do is we went out on trips, we went to Daryaganj, Sunday Book Market, we went to World Book Fair. So we were actually able to implement those sort of circles and we were able to, people interacted with each other on the basis of books, which is the whole point of a reading circle. So ठीक है, I think library में और events definitely होने चाहिए, but that's now in the next year.
The next question going to the music club. What's your opinion on By the Chai being a solo music club event?
It is actually not a solo music club event. See, a music club deals with a lot of equipments, right? So even when other clubs are, organizing events that need speakers and mics and things like that, we do extend our help, right? Even in hostels, right? We do take the initiative, we do take the responsibility of the equipment just because it's easier for us, right? So it might appear that way, and there are lots of musical performances because the registrations are that way. But there is, I think, active participation, ample participation from Lit Club and HS as well. Even the anchors every year, the people who host this event, they are always Lit Club reps and not music club reps. मेरा तो हो गया.
Next question goes to PFC. During the RDV period, there are talks that some of the accessories and club devices have got lost. And this is not the first time, it has been happening for a very long time. So why do you think this keeps happening?
This year I have not been, I do not think that yet anything has been lost. Last year there was something that was lost, and during inter-IT sports as well, our drone was it cannot be repaired now, so it is not in working condition. So it always happens, it happens every year, and it is a great concern of ours that we have to pay from our budget and we have to repair from our budget while all the other bodies in the institute are using it. So I hope that the next general secretary and the next team that forms that it take care of this. Yeah.
Next question going to Hindi Samiti. The people of IIT Delhi are somewhat less interested in HS these days. They say that Hindi Samiti is still living in the past when they once had a pro night in RDV 2019. Do you think that HS is picking its pace back slowly post-COVID?
Yeah, from the time I became secretary, last year the scenario was a lot different. This year we had the participation, if we talk about participation, our events, almost all the events, saw a huge jump from last year's to comparison to last year. 2019 was a great year for us. After that, because of COVID, because Hindi Samiti generally works from people Hindi Samiti works because people are truly interested in culture. In the time when everything was online, people were not interested so much in poetry and all that. From last year, if I could just quote some numbers that I'd like to throw around, we had a participation of 400 plus in our events. So it's a very big number for anyone. Also this year's RDV D1, we had Kavi Sammelan. The Dogra was full. We had to stop people just from coming in, despite of so much of like the downgrade from 2019 as well.
Next question to drama. How was your trip to Madras in January?
Yeah.
Yeah, hospital bills.
No. Like, yeah. So, fortunately, the one thing I would say, like, fortunately, my team wasn't that ill. Like, suppose there was some club like Lit and all the people were quite ill. So, that was, I would say, that's a touchwood. That's a very good thing that my team did not get sick. One or two members. Other than that, yeah, from the return trip, I would say, yeah, we got to Pondicherry, we got stuck in traffic. And that's, I guess, general thing to answer. Okay, so yeah, I would like to, frankly, we were sleeping for more than the time for departure. So we slept 3 hours late. So obviously, yeah, so we just missed our train. That's it. So, and then the most important thing, that how did we manage to get to that same train? Again, that's an entirely different story. I'll tell you guys another.
So just a follow-up question. Drama had one of the biggest contingents out of all the IITs, but the contingent size did not influence the result. What do you think went wrong in Inter-IIT?
Like, the main thing was we won the Monad competition. The mime competition that had quite a lot of weight is mime do not have in IIT Delhi. So this year I was planning to put on mime from starting our tenure, but we couldn't. So from the next year we are planning to put on mime as well, because after 2016 there is no mime culture in IIT. Not even in Delhi, the mime culture has declined a lot. Other than that, stage play I would say, yeah, that was, we would say, like, we tried our best because we could not carry a lot of production in our trains. Like Bombay took a truck from Bombay to Madras, that could easy, but we cannot get it from Delhi. So we choose a play which had light production, but then it went weak. So that's what I'm saying, I would say, right, that. And also we had to perform 6 a.m. in the morning at that day. So I don't know what Madras people thought to perform 6 a.m. in the morning.
Next question going to design. Why do you think there is a declining interest in design among people these days?
Like in online, there was like online we only had laptops. We didn't have any other drama, and all the performing arts was in online mode. But in the offline case, everyone is more interested in that because they get more audience and all. And in offline mode, no one would want to spend hours on the screen. So that's why. But we are having many offline events like recreational, which does not require softwares and all. So due to which we have many people enrolling in our club now.
So now we have filler activity for Rahul. Okay. So you need to advertise your club without aggressively using your hands.
I mean, honestly, look, I don't think DepSoc at this point needs a lot of advertisement. But I think more than that, if I were to advertise DepSoc in a few lines, obviously keeping my hands on the table. Notoriously in that video as well, my hands are काफी ज़्यादा aggressive, as displayed by Prasad. तेरा question आने दे bro. No, but honestly, I think we've come miles as a club from being simply an activity to something people are still connected to. You can see people leave debating in second year, third year, fourth year, but still come back for DepSoc and keep DepSoc as their primary community, despite everything else.
So we come back again to FAC. You stated in your manifesto that you would introduce award for the most active and contributing Azure members, but that didn't happen. Why?
It's yet to happen. So it's at the end of the tenure that we introduce that trophy. So till now we are not making people aware. No, so let them work without having the incentive. Then we'll truly gauge who deserves that award.
Cool. The question I think you were expecting. You proposed informal initiatives like game night and birthday parties, and that was the most inquired question in your presidential debate too. Is it true that the only birthday party celebrated in your tenure was yours, that too by your...
I mean, look, we haven't had a party yet. I think, look, I was a person who was a rep in during online, where I felt there was a gap in terms of number of informal interactions. And to be honest, this 3-4 months that I spent as rep weren't suggestive of how informal interactions work. Like, I didn't have a good understanding of them, which is why in my SOP, I was like, hey, look, this is extremely important to DevSoc. This is something that I connect personally to DevSoc, which is why I need to have these things. What I didn't realize is that all of these things happen organically because of the level of investment people just have for the club, right? Whether it's a cultural effect coming down from seniors, whether it's just the way the team works and the level of ownership in the clubs that is there naturally and because of the people in it, all of these informal interactions happened organically in my...
Okay, so this is the question by a rep team in general, right? Is it important for Dairos to know Marathi to have a conversation with Secy?
Yes, I would say it is, but I don't hope it will be for the next year.
The question for you. For example, in DevSoc, the Secy is not the CA of the tournaments, right? Why in QC the Secy is the QM for a lot of quizzes?
Because I like to QM. Oh, that's the primary reason. But also because, I don't know, probably in DevSoc, CA ऐसा बंदा नहीं बनाना चाहोगे आप जिसका personal bias can creep in, right? But when you're setting a quiz, there is no bias you can offer towards anyone participating. It's a question. People can know the answer or not. And we never operate in a way कि मतलब QM selection is never looked from that lens कि कौन बन रहा है in terms of इसका कोई bias है. People want to QM, they QM.
So the question for Lit Club. Lit has been one of the most active clubs in all the clubs, right? Kudos to you for that. And since your tenure is about to end, are you planning to start attending classes back again, or will the professors have to wait for one another year?
यार मतलब ठीक है, क्लासेस तो मिस होती रहती है मतलब एंड मतलब मज़ा तो इधर ही आता है एंड मतलब एटलीस्ट एक और साल के लिए मेरा तो कोई प्लान नहीं है बिहार से छोड़ने का.
Next question going to music. If you're Dairos and you were on a same boat and you could save only one apart from yourself, which one will you save and which one will you leave to drown?
If we are going down together. Sorry.
Next question going to PFC. There is no studio slot booking system that was previously mentioned in your SOP as of now. Can you tell why is that so?
Yeah, so right now the studio slot booking is for if anybody wants to use it for their hostel or anybody wants to use it for some another body or another club, they can book via email, like mailing the secretary, and then I'll mail the BRC office. For personal use, right now there is no system established, like if one individual wants to book. So that might be like a task for the next secretary because it is very difficult. Like we tried floating Google Forms, but it is very difficult for us to like establish a system, and yeah, we'll be working on that.
Next question of Hindi Samiti. Can you tell your branch name in Hindi?
प्रोडक्शन इंडस्ट्री को क्या मैंने सुना था इसका नाम कुछ बहुत अजीब सा था मुझे बताया मैंने पढ़ा था मैंने पढ़ा था हिंदी में इसका नाम एक्चुअली उत्पादन हाँ प्रोडक्शन उद्योग ब्रांच इलेक्ट्रिक नहीं उद्योग I don't remember.
So we can probably have another question. So you started with MUN this year in Rendezvous, and we all congratulate you for that, for starting this event. So what is your vision for this MUN in future?
Basically the reason I also asked a lot of people why Hindi Samiti conducts MUN. I'm sure a lot of people were confused. So I talked to a lot of people and what can I do for the next year's MUN. We were trying to plan कि एक like bilingual MUN हो थोड़ा सा ताकि people could speak in Hindi as well. Like जो हम करते हैं हम MUN के साथ भी वही करें. And I would try not to do MUN, not to make sure कि MUN RDV का part ना हो. इस बार बहुत सारे issues face किए थे हमने. And like we would try कि MUN IITD में in general ताकि लोग ज़्यादा involved हो पाए हर साल.
Next question going to drama. There are noise complaints about the street play practices around Exol and in the hostel area. So do you think you can put this talent to use in the GC anti-cheering squad?
I'm privileged to answer this question. Thank you. Yeah. So the noise, I think it I would like to say it was a great vibe around the institute venue during the inter-hostel street play practices. So yesterday I went from Kumaon to Himadri. I will see Zimbe and xylophone and people practicing and all. So it was a great vibe. I think noise. That's not noise. First of all, that's not noise, right? Street is all about that. Street is all like you have to attract your audience. So that's what it's made for. Great.
What was the total budget of Design Club this year and how much of it was spent on samosas?
But one thing, not only samosas, pizzas are also there. like yesterday only I ordered 50 pizzas for the participants. Like the many events are long day events. Like many people miss their dinner, lunch. So we need to give them refreshments so that they don't miss their research part and concentration in the event. So that's why I need to give them.
We are done with the round of questions. Now we have a very wholesome thing. That's a rapid fire round. Cool. Okay, so what you have to do, I'll be asking a personality trait of a Secy and you all have to point at the person you feel that fits that question. Cool?
And
so,
this has to be a first thought you can't take.
never picks up calls.
Always late to meetings.
Best sense of humor.
Most fashionable.
Always hungry. Burnt Secy. Next GSEC. We are done with Secy Showdown.